this is how I see it. Bukayo Saka scored the first goal from a corner, and then the second goal was scored by Gabriel Jesus. He came off the bench and he made a difference. But as you can see, both of Arsenal's goals were own goals. Arsenal were leading 1-0 with Johnston's goal, and then in the 90th minute they were level. It was 1-1, and thanks to I want to say Gabriel Jesus, but again another own goal. Mascara, he scored for Arsenal, and the final result is Arsenal 2, Wolves 1. I thought they were going to win with so many goals. And the pundits at ESPN were saying the same thing. Most people expected Arsenal to have an easy win, but that was not the case yesterday. Now, let's talk about Bukayo Saka. Of course, he was player of the match. He was he was a marvel to watch. I'll say that. So at the end, it was a crucial last-minute win for Arsenal, and well, they left it late to get the 3 points. Currently, they're leading the Premier League table. Of course, they're still leading, and they have 5 points difference with 5-point difference with Man City. Before Man City plays today would be Sunday. So what else of course, Gabriel Jesus, some of the headlines are highlighting Gabriel Jesus's return to the pitch after 12 months with an ACL injury, and ESPN wrote the Brazilian is back. And they also said, Gabriel Jesus is made for big moments, and I'm like I feel like Arsenal players want to give us a heart attack, but that is one of the reasons why we love football. It's unpredictable, and when your team wins at the end of the day, you'll be happy. So at this point, Arsenal are unbeaten. They remain unbeaten at home across all competitions this evening. So the likelihood of Arsenal winning a match at the Emirates is very high, or at least not losing. Yeah. So this will be a massive 3 points for Arsenal. Of course, ESPN's headline says Arsenal rescued by 2 own goals in dramatic win over Wolves. Of course, the football analyst, the site ESPN, said Arteta will be happy with the 3 points, but then he's not going to be happy with the performance of his players, because he would expect them to score, he would expect them to defend very well, but that did not happen. But at the end of the day, they got the 3 points. It's all over. They needed the win after the heartbreaking loss last week. Of course, Man City will look forward to closing the gap to Arsenal when they face Crystal Palace today. I'm rooting for Crystal Palace because I want Arsenal to breathe. I'm rooting at least a draw, just lose 2 points and give us time to breathe, because I feel like it's only fair for Arsenal to win the Premier League this season. Of course, Odegaard was there, Victor Gyökeres, he was also there. So like I said, the people at ESPN, they were not having it. The article from The Guardian, it praises Bukayo Saka. So the headline says 2 Bukayo Saka crosses forced 2 own goals, as Arsenal somehow found a way to win against committed Wolves. And let's not forget, Wolves, they're last in the Premier League table. And yeah, and another thing is Ben White. Well, he felt something in his hamstring, and that is not good news. That is according to Mikel Arteta, and this was reported by The Guardian. So Mikel Arteta said, we knew it was going to be a tough match. We had a lot of situations in the first half. We struggled in the danger zones. We did not generate many clear chances. In the second half, we did better and scored the goal, but then we had a period of 3 minutes in deep, so passive, really poor defensive habits, not acceptable for our level. We had not conceded a single shot until that point. The first time they score a goal. That is the Premier League, and we need to be very much aware of that, improve that. In the end, we relied on a very individual action, a chaotic action to score the goal and win the game. The margins should have been bigger. We need to generate more. Now, let me tell you what the player of the match, Bukayo Saka, said after the match. He said, sometimes you need luck. Today it went our way. We need the 3 points and move forward. We won't know until May how important this win is, but we can be happy tonight. Despite the performance and how the game went, we want teams to know it's going to be tough. Coming to Emirates, and we have done that. It was frustrating at times. We stayed patient, keep trying things. In the end, we got our reward. Morale is high. We have a break until next week. We can reflect. So that was Bukayo Saka's comment after the match. And now, at the end of the day, Arsenal are leading the Premier League, and of course the Premier League's headline, the PremierLeague.com, the headline says Arsenal grabbed dramatic late win over Wolves to go 5 points clear. So there is a 5-point difference between Arsenal and the second place Man City. I wonder whom you're rooting for later today. Now, yeah. Okay, what else do we need to know? I'm trying to see if there is anything else I did not share with you guys with regards to this game. I'm reading the headlines and the other reports live as yeah, okay, so Sky Sports Premier League, despair to ecstasy for Arsenal in stoppage time as the Gunners reply to Wolves' 90th minute equalizer with seconds left to play. Only a few seconds were left for the referee to blow the final whistle, and it would have been embarrassing if Arsenal had lost this match, but that did not happen. After the match, Gabriel Jesus said that he is grateful to God. He said, I want to thank God. And he also mentioned that I'm blessed. He said, I'm blessed because he's been away for 11 months, close to a year. And yesterday, I'm going to say he scored the winning goal for Arsenal. So he's happy and he's grateful